I love it. ParTay People, what's poppin'? Welcome back to another episode of ReparTay Season 3. It's the 3-peat season and we are super excited. If you don't know by now, I am your host and I go by the name of Taylor May. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful journey we have together tonight. But before we get to tonight's topic, you know we got to take care of some business. So if this is your first time, second time, third time, however many times you've been here, make sure you have clicked that subscribe button. We want to get those numbers up. And if you've already subscribed, then you know you got to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Because I know you guys are going to enjoy all of the stuff we have to talk about tonight and for the rest of the season. Last but not least, if you subscribed and you like this video already, go ahead and share it with someone. You know at ReparTay, we like to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about the ParTay and keep it going. Now that we've gotten business taken care of, let's get into this week's question. So this week's question was, how do you spice up a relationship? How do you spice up a relationship? Girl, my brother. I mean, I got a few ideas I can share with you. But before we get too far into that, let's check in with our ParTay people and see what they had to say. We rolling. How y'all doing?
What up?
Okay, great.
What up?
So my question is, how do you spice up your relationship?
Oh.
Wow.
What are some ways one can spice up their relationship? I don't know.
Well, you kind of walked in at a good time. I mean, you know, just keep things random, I guess. Like I just surprised her with a little small trinket, you know, just keep her excited.
Oh, come on.
Spicy food. I mean, it helps to live together because then at the end of the day, you're coming home to, you know.
It has its pros
Some
and
deep breaths.
it has its pros and its cons. We'll just say that.
Oh, wow.
As far as like sleeping patterns and stuff, because you go to bed at like 2 and I be trying
I'm
to
a
do
night owl.
shit.
He's an early bird. So that's like.
Pros and cons.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sex. Spice up sex. How? In different ways.
But as far as spice it up, I don't know. I'd say our biggest thing is probably like cooking together.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we both kind of work out together, so it keeps us fresh.
Use different positions.
As usual, ParTay people, thank you so much for those video interviews. I can't get enough of them. But you know, it wouldn't be ReparTay if we didn't give our people on Instagram a shout out. You too can participate by going to my Instagram profile, clicking on the QTNA highlight, answering some of those questions in there, and then you can have the opportunity to see some of your answers on ReparTay, just like some of our ParTay people are about to right now. So Jenna Benowina said, cheat, LMFAO. I hate you. I cannot deal. Byron Walker _ said, for the whole day, put up the phones and do something really fun. A random activity or place. Okay, I like that. Quadetrius _ Lamar says, surprise them and make whatever it is completely about them and cater to them. Okay, bro. You talking to the people now. And last but not least, Joe _ Savage _ said, christen in a new country. How to spice up your relationship? What would I do if my relationship needed some spice in it? If it needed some Cajun Creole seasoning, if it needed to be Louisiana hot sauce hot. I really like it. If it needed to be Frank's Red Hot spiced up, what would I do? If I wanted to make my relationship a 10-piece hot, wet, what would I do? Alright, so first things first, you want to communicate, right? Because sometimes when your relationship isn't spicy, you're not talking. Because let's be honest, if you're talking and you're being honest with your significant other, it can never not be spicy. Because if you're sharing your truth, there's always room for improvement. Nobody's perfect. So if you're really being honest with your significant other, then the spice should always be there when you're communicating. Babe, I don't like when you did that. Babe, we don't do this no more. Babe, what you think if we do this? You gotta talk. You gotta communicate. You know? Because if you feeling like the flame is going out in your relationship, maybe your significant other feels the same way. Or if they don't feel the same way, maybe they aren't aware that you feel like your relationship needs to be spiced up. The first thing that I definitely want to suggest is that you all communicate. There's nothing wrong with talking. Sit down and talk to your baby. Communication is key in any relationship. With your parents, your friends, your boo thing, everybody. So the first thing that I will always recommend is to communicate. Open up your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed, okay? Just talk about it. If you love them and if you're asking me how to spice up a relationship, that's great that you came to ReparTay to get some ideas, but you definitely want to sit down and talk with your significant other and see what ideas they have to bring to the table as well. Secondly, I'm a foodie, okay? Future babe, if you listening, if you ever want to spice up the relationship, I like a juicy crab seafood combo with 2 clusters of snow crabs, half a pound of black mussels with the corn and the potato and juicy special hot. You bring that home, baby, it's gonna be a spicy day for you. Cause that food is hot, mom and dad. I'm not talking about nothing else. But yeah, food. There's nothing wrong with bringing food to spice things up. So when it comes to spicing up a relationship, it's all about thinking about that other person, as well as yourself, but we'll get to that. But you definitely want to think about the other person and what they might like and what they might need. So if your boo thing likes the caramel frappuccino, you pull up with caramel frappuccinos, I guarantee you that's brownie points right there. Speaking of brownies, go home and chef some up. Don't be afraid to get in the kitchen and make your significant other a nice dinner. I love to cook. I love being domestic. I don't know where I got that from. I just love to cook and be homey. So whenever I get an opportunity to cook for my boo thing, to cook for my man, to cook for anybody that I love, to be honest, I take a lot of pride in it. I make sure I put my big toe in it. I make sure that it's good because it's a way that I show my love for them. It's just like, let me feed you. So throw food in there. Also, chocolate covered strawberries. Call edible arrangement. Call Sherry's Berries. I got a couple of people I can tag in the description below that makes chocolate covered strawberries. Honestly, you can YouTube it and make yourself some chocolate covered strawberries and give it to your baby. Listen, that's some sexy stuff. Get you some chocolate covered strawberries and some champagne. Spicy, okay? That thing fuego. Another thing you should consider, activities. Nothing wrong with getting out the house. I know Corona on the loose. You can do an indoor picnic. You can do an outdoor picnic. You can do a paint and sip at home. You can do one of those cool things that I've been seeing on Twitter where you paint your butt cheeks and your legs and your arms and your hands and put it on the canvas and like sprinkle some glitter over it so your man or your lady or whomever could just put that above their bed and just have your shapely body parts all on top of them when they sleep. That's cute. That'll add some spice because then, you know, it's sexy because then he gets to paint you, you get to paint him, and you know, it's an intimate moment. Find moments and activities that you guys can do that's intimate. Listen, the drive-in theater is still open. Starlight Drive-In Theater on Moreland is still open. Okay, get you some pillows, get you some snacks, some popcorn, some alcohol. Go out there, drink, and watch you a good movie. That is romantic to me. I mean, but that's just me, I'm just saying. The fourth thing I think you should consider when trying to spice up a relationship is your significant other's love language. We did an episode of season 2 about love languages, and if you haven't seen it, make sure you check that out. I think it's very important to understand your significant other's love language if you're looking to spice up your relationship. Let's say, for example, your significant other's love language is quality time, but you writing them handwritten notes all over the house because your love language is words of affirmation. It's not the same. It's not going to register to them the same way. Let's say your love language is physical touch and theirs is acts of service. So they're like, hey babe, I can't hug and kiss you, but I'm gonna take this trash out. I'm gonna wash the dishes. And you're just like, bro, can you relax and come give me a hug? Like, what's up? Do I stink? Like, what's going on? You don't wanna hug and put your mouth on me? What's happening? I think it's very important to know your partner's love language because once you know their love language, then you can add spice that way. So for example, if your partner's love language is physical touch, now is the time to whip out the satin dresses and the lace thong and bralettes, ladies. Gentlemen, now is the time to go do a few extra push-ups before she get home, lather it up with baby oil, and be topless when she walk in the house, okay? Make them want to rub on you. Hold their hand. Give them forehead kisses. Listen, ain't nothing like a forehead kiss, honey. That is so sentimental. Kiss them on the forehead. And if you got a forehead like mine, baby, you got a lot of space to kiss. If their love language is words of affirmation, send them a thank you note. Like, you know, send them a nice text message. Create a playlist and leave a little note in the description. You know, leave notes for them around the house. Anything. If their love language is acts of service. Maybe you want to take the trash out. You want to help them bring the groceries in. You want to go to the grocery store with them because Lord knows that's a chore. Okay, I hate going to the grocery store. Maybe their love language is gift giving. Maybe you want to leave little trinkets around the house just to let them know like, hey, baby, I love you and I appreciate you. I ain't forgot about you. Whatever their love language is, you definitely want to make sure you're tapping into that when you're talking about spicing up your relationship. You don't have any other way to spice up a relationship. Try sex. I wouldn't know, mom and dad, but I'm just saying, I heard it work. How to not spice up a relationship? We're going to go through these real quick because everybody should know this. Number 1, cheating. That's the way to end a relationship. You don't spice up a relationship by cheating. Ain't nothing spicy about being cheated on, okay? Only thing that is spicy is that genitalia when she catch your STD, because you should kept your little nasty tail in the house. But I digress. The second thing that doesn't spice up a relationship is having a baby. I don't know why people think that babies fix things in relationships. I don't get that at all. It's just having a baby or getting married. People think that getting married and having a baby will fix your relationship problems. All that does is amplify them and add more. Because now you have other responsibilities that you got to take care of. You can handle the little. Why would God give you much? See, you got to be conscious of what you're doing right now with what you got, okay? Because a lot of us want to increase. But God said, you can't handle what I gave you, so why would I give you more so you can mess it up? In the Bible, you know, it say, God wouldn't give you more than you can bear. That applies to blessings and burdens. He wouldn't give you a burden more than you can bear, but he also not going to give you blessings more than you can bear. Because he's not going to give you something just for you to mess it up. So, if you are having relationship problems right now, adding a baby or a ring is not going to fix it. That's not how you spice up a relationship. Number 3, ways to not spice up your relationship. Stop talking to everybody except your significant other. I used to be guilty of it myself. I would call my homegirls, my homeboys, my mama, my daddy, my sister, my brother, my cousins, my line sisters, and tell them all about my relationship problems. Close your mouth. You don't need to tell everybody what's going on. You need about like 2 or 3 good confidants who are sensible that can help you spice that relationship up and keep things open and give you perspective. Everybody don't need to know your business. That's just that on that. So I said all of this to say what? Number 1, make sure you're communicating. Number 2, throw in some food, because if your baby's like me, we like to eat, honey. Number 3, plan a nice activity. And overall, make sure you consider your partner's love language when you're thinking about how to spice up your relationship. Things that don't spice it up: cheating, marrying, and having a baby. Amplifies your problems. You don't want that. Move on to something else. Anywho, that wraps up another episode of ReparTay. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope something my ParTay people or myself said was helpful if you're looking to spice up a relationship. Make sure you guys are stopping by ReparTay.com and checking out previous episodes and blog posts there. Also, make sure you're following me on social media. You can find me basically anywhere by searching ReparTay_. That's the name of the show and an underscore. Well, that's it for tonight, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of ReparTay. I have enjoyed my time with you guys. I hope you've enjoyed your time as well. Stay safe and be blessed. Spice up that relationship. If my future baby is out there listening, I would love a juicy special hot right now. Call me and I can put the order in today. Cash at me, baby. $BEAUTAYY. Okay? Until next Tuesday at 8 p.m., that's a wrap.